Alrighty, welcome back to another Saria's Minecraft builds. I am currently using a Cyberpunk Mashup texture pack for today's video. I have a really cool build for you all. It's kind of huge. We're headed there now because I personally like to do grand reveals of my builds because, well, I think it's awesome. And there's the tree. We're headed to that tree right there in the distance. It's a giant jungle tree. Let's go that way. Let's see here. Up and up and up. Giant pool of water. Gorgeous, isn't it? Love it. And let's dive down. And down we go. Welcome to the central hub. We've got the north, the east, the south, and the west towers. We're going to start in the north, and then we'll go east, south, west. So let's close this door behind us and head out. While we're at it, we should probably grab this because we will need it. As I said before, this is a pretty big build. It took me a little over 4.5 weeks to make. So we're going to head to the first tower in the north towers line. We're going to do it via rail cart. Recently, the rail carts have been a little bit glitchy, so you may notice that. But, well, I do not know how to get that dealt with because it's an issue with Minecraft and not anything else. So here's the flower room. I really like it. It's very pretty. You can see some lava here because, well, yes, I am near bedrock level, so we're gonna have lava. Might as well incorporate it, right? Second floor, stone cutters, some places to put tablets on eventually. Alrighty, let's head onwards. So this was Tower 1, as you see there, North Tower. So we're going to head to the second North Tower in the line. And as you can see, we actually built into cave structures, which I've included into the build itself. So you can actually look up and look around and you'll see the caves themselves, due to the fact that I did, in fact, make sure that they were part of my build. And this is actually part of a ravine that leads to the outside that I found, that I accidentally cut into, but I decided to incorporate it because it's a ravine. A little booking area where you can grab a book or something to read. And then up here we've got little dispenser observers, some compost bins, some nether stars. And let's head upstairs. Here's a communal bedroom. And that's North Tower 2. So we're going to head to the third tower in the line, the North Tower 3, which is just down this little railway here. As I said before, this did take me a very long time to build because there is 4 different sides of this whole thing, and they all have 3 to 4 towers each because I built it so that it would... I built each tower line until it hit the surface. And I started at Y level 5. So each tower system has a different height. Here we have some food storage. So we have like raw chicken, raw pork chop, raw beef, raw mutton. As you can tell, it's been iced for safety reasons because we don't want raw food left in, well, unrefrigerated areas. And you can actually see partially the tunnel we just came from down there. And if we head upstairs, we'll find a cooking area. We've got smokers, we've got furnaces in this corner, and these are dried kelp blocks that we can break and use to make for fuel for making food, essentially. Up here we've got another sleeping area with a bunch of little alchemists potion making sets. And that for you is Tower 3. Let's head to Tower 4 now. Why don't we? I really did enjoy making this build, in all honesty, though, because I really do find it fun to make expansive builds like this, because then you get more options of what you want to do instead of making it all compact in one. It's quite nice to do. So this is Tower 4. So down here we have little tables, like crafting tables and smithing tables. I like to call these the washer and dryer sets. I'm pretty sure that's not what they are, if I remember correctly. And I really like this pattern design, so I used it. It's technically end portal frames, but you know, use what you love. And this is the mushroom growing area. I used redstone torches for this area due to the fact that they kept falling off, so I had to research it and figure out why they were falling off. And this here is the crimson roots, vines things that you can find in the nether. Made it into like a maze almost, so most of the room is filled with these except for a path that leads up to here, to our zombified piglins and our zoglins. As you can see, they're all nicely kept in a cage. My chorus fruit. And let's head up to the next floor. So I had to put a trapdoor system in because my doggos up here kept getting pushed in by the gentle giants that you see here. It's no fault of their own, obviously, but still. I kept getting concerned, so I had to make sure that didn't happen any longer. And so this is actually the last tower, as you can see here. Here we have parrots. They kept despawning, so I had to use some spawners so that we didn't have that problem. And if we actually do this, let's have some fun with these guys, you know? Let's see. I want, because I really like this music disc, so pick step. Let's see. No? Ah, here you go. So some of the parrots do, if they're close enough, they will dance, like this little blue guy here. Very adorably. So, as you saw, they dance. This is a giant, only two actually, jungle trees that I planted. I didn't put a roof above them beforehand because I wanted to give them a chance to grow. So this is a sleeping area that you can use to sleep with the stars above you. Obviously, there's two levels here. We got this level with the stairs right there to come up here. And then we've got one of these very, very nice tall ladders. Whoop. And apparently I can't use ladders today. I've fallen off that ladder a little bit too many times at this point. There's only really two beds up here, but still. It's a gorgeous area, and I actually quite love this area. It's one of my favorites. So yeah, no, this is the entire northern tower area. We shall be heading back. We won't be going into too much detail since we've gone through everything. We just now need to get back to the central hub, which does take a second because we are technically having to travel through multiple places all at once. So I will move as quickly as I can, but I cannot make any promises of how quickly I can move. So here we go. Let's get moving. And yes, I just went through the vines because it's one of the fastest points of travel. So let's head out to here. Honestly, I really am happy with how my little minecart trails and everything worked out pretty great, in my opinion. But yeah, no, this is the entire northern line. We still have the east, south, and the west tower lines to go through. All of them have different items inside them, obviously. They actually have different building materials completely in all of them. So it won't be just this building material over and over again. It's actually going to be 2 of the tower lines are going to actually be ovals, both different sizes. 2 are circles. North and south are the ovals. West and east are the circles, but they're all different. They're 2 different sizes on both of them, if that makes any sense. So that is actually something I really enjoyed doing. I do enjoy making a lot of circles and ovals in Minecraft because honestly it's not something most people expect to be made in, well, a block game essentially, because you're using blocks. Oh, and now it's daylight in the ravine, so it's nice to know that much time has passed since we began. I actually have been working very hard to get this video done. I'm so sorry it took as long as it did. I've been incredibly busy with life, obviously. Gets in the way of a lot of things, sadly. But, you know, I'm very, very proud that I got it done within a 5-week time period, because that is my time limit I gave myself. So, I guess that's a good thing. We're almost back home. As you can see it in the distance, we're literally almost there. Got just a few more blocks away. And then we'll head to the next tower, which I believe is the east one, but don't quote me on that because honestly I already forgot which tower we were heading to after the north. So, up we go, because honestly to get this square shape I did take a desert temple and refine it to what I wanted it to look like here, so that is just my opinion. And yes, we are going to the east ones. Excellent. So the east line actually has a unique feature about it, and it actually has only 3 towers if I remember correctly, due to the fact that it ends up in the middle of the ocean and it starts in an ocean open water cave situation. So we hit the surface way quicker than we normally do for these towers. So let's head to the first tower, shall we? Alrighty. Nether sprouts are growing here, and you can hear the little steps I'm making. This is the warped, I guess, branches, and the warped, and the crimson, I mean, stem things. I've made them so that we can have a pretty thing, and I literally learned recently that you can put lava in cauldrons, which I have incorporated a little bit too much in this design pattern because of how interesting it was to me that we had the capabilities to put lava. I was not aware of that. And so let's head to the second tower. As you'll see up here, we are in a cave again. And as you can see, this thing is a little bit jerky, which is a little bit annoying, but I can't really do anything about it. In all honesty, I've tested this thing out a couple different times in different worlds, and it keeps being jerky even with no texture packs, so I don't know what to say about that. This is the shulker room, as I like to call it. It's all shulkers up here. Alright, this is my least favorite maze out of all the mazes. So, you cannot really see the doorways in this maze, so it does take me a second to find my way through here. So let's hope I can make it through without too much of a problem. Alrighty, I think we're almost there. No promises, though. Ah, here we go. Yep, we did it. Yes. I do have TNT over here. I do have that turned off, though, so it will never explode, no matter whether or not I light it with flint and steel or use redstone. It will never explode. So let's head to the third tower, which is actually going to be the final tower for this area, because we will be hitting ocean in a second. And you'll actually see it through the roof up here ahead of this, and you'll actually be able to see the tower itself, essentially. And there it is, Tower 3 for everyone's enjoyment. So, we've got, as you can see, the cave that we cut into. That's underwater, but above, it's not like a flooded cave, it's above water. Essentially, we've got seating here so that you can take a look into the tunnel that we came from. There's books here. I really like the chain design, so I use that a lot for this area. We've got little couches, a smoker, a respawn anchor, which I've put a little sign here saying do not use, because those things will explode if you use them in the overworld, which, honestly, let's not do that. I would not want to do that. And then on the final floor of Tower 3, I actually used the very same tree growths, I guess, that I used to make the floors here. So, this is Tower 3, and this is the entire east section, I might add. There is no more towers after this one, so yeah, we're done with the east. We're going to be going south next, which will be very interesting, I think. So let's head over there as quickly as possible, right? I really hope you all are enjoying yourselves very much. It is currently a little bit past midnight for me right now. I'm doing this on a Sunday night, so that way I can have it done, because I will not be able to probably do it tomorrow as freely as I would like, because I do work tomorrow. And I don't know when I'll have time to film it. I usually only have time on weekends to do these kind of things, unfortunately, as an adult. Hence why it takes me so long to build things. I do have ADHD, which doesn't help me fully get things done as quickly as I'd like, because I do get distracted occasionally, which is slightly annoying if you're me and you really, really want to get something done. And I also had to wait to show my significant other the build, because I do show him beforehand. He is my rock, and, well, I appreciate his commentary very much, so I always let him see it first. Because he also helps me come up with names for the builds, because I'm lousy with that, honestly. And that, here we are, back up to the central hub. So this was the east towers. We got through them, which was an actually quite quicker time than I thought we would get through them, in all honesty. So we are done with the east towers. Let's go south. Whoop. Got a little turned around there. And I know these are east, north, and south due to the fact that I did take the time to watch a sunset and Google up what a compass looks like and what direction the sun sets in Minecraft, which helped me get, well, it down which towers are which. So we've got our south towers. We're going to head to the first south tower, which will be just down here. See if we can get down there without too many glitches. If this continues happening, I will just start flying through these tunnels, because I do not want to have to keep dealing with these glitches. I really don't think it's any helpful to anyone really at this point. So, but I really hope I don't have to do that, because honestly, if you were in survival, you would have to walk this or take the carts. And I'd rather have that experience than anything else. So this is the chest room. And here's the book maze. So I've got a pretty good idea of which way to go. I've tested it a couple different times to see if I could figure it out before making this video. Because I do get lost, actually, in this maze a couple different times. I got lost making it, in fact, which honestly made me laugh a little bit, because getting lost in your own maze is a little bit funny, honestly. Like, come on. You got lost in the maze you're making while you're making it. And I think I am going to just start flying after this one right here. We're not going to do the minecart anymore, because it is very glitchy, and I'm starting to get a little bit annoyed with it, on all honesty. So this is a swimming pool / ice skating pool. We've got fires. I really love the way the soul campfires look in this texture pack, in all honesty. We've got end rods, beds, flowers, tridents, because I do have a thing for the tridents in Minecraft, honestly. I really like them. They're really cool. So, and then we've got some warped forest roots, some jukeboxes, some note blocks, some no touchy blocks, which, because, you know, those things will explode if you touch them. And honestly, we don't want to do that, do we? Alrighty. And so that was South Tower 2. So we're going to head to South Tower 3, and I will fly as slow as possible, but we're not going to take the minecart, because it is glitchy, and I really, really do not want to spend a lot of time in the minecarts when there's not much going on in the tunnels themselves. It's the towers we're trying to get to. Like, I will stop and show you things, like little areas where we came across a cave or something, because that is actually quite interesting in my opinion. Alrighty, this is the random room, as I like to call it. I did find a mine shaft right here, so that's there and there. We've got zombie heads, wither skulls. We've got little caves. We've got chests. We actually got an ocean cave right here with the magma blocks in there. That's why there's bubbles there. And yeah, this is the first floor. I apologize for yawning as much as I am. It is definitely late for me right now. But honestly, it's worth it staying up to do this. It makes me happy. So yeah, no, this is another communal bedroom area, as I like to call them. And then this is a little storage area with a bunch of shulker boxes, honeycomb, a table, some smokers and furnaces, blast furnaces, you know. Alrighty. And then this area is the beehives. If it is nighttime, which I'm pretty sure it is, I did light it up. If it's nighttime, they tend to not come out. So they're probably all sleeping right now. Which, can I blame them? No. But there are bees who live in these little houses, and I have these to keep them from... Usually, I don't know why this one keeps being weird. It's a weird glitch one, as I like to call it, because honestly, the trapdoors stopped all of the others, so... And that keeps the bees from coming downwards, because they have done that a couple times, and I had to... Sadly, I tried to get them... Most of them managed to get put back in their proper area. Some of them did not make it, unfortunately, because of said... Well, it's kind of hard to hurt bees because you can't really use a lead on them or anything like that, so... I did my best with those guys. It took me I actually managed to get all of them back where they belonged before I put the trapdoors in. Except for, like, one. Sadly, because that one actually flew down 2 whole floors. So, yeah, no, I could not get that guy back up, unfortunately. And I really felt bad for that because I don't really want to. It's why I don't have any mobs spawning in my Minecraft worlds when I do builds like this. Because I don't, like, unless it's a zombie or something, I really try to keep the Minecraft animals safe. I personally prefer doing it that way. That way, if I have a giant hole, a cow won't fall in, because that's what cows and sheep and pigs will do, is they'll not pay attention to where they're walking. But yeah, no, this is the entire South Tower line, and yet again, I apologize for yawning. I'm just trying to, you know, give you guys a sense of my new build, which I'm extremely proud of how it turned out, in all honesty. Also, the fill function is your best friend when it comes down to building things that need to be built the way these are built. So we're going to head to the West Towers, which is the last tower section in the build. So we're almost done. So we're going to head straight down here. And I think there's about 4 towers here. So we're going to, again, not take the minecart, because it's been glitchy and I really do not feel like dealing with glitchiness tonight. As you can tell, there's been a lot of lava in these little areas. Like, a lot of lava. We got a couple smokers here. An actual clock. My favorite little netherite trident boys with their little totems and undying. Boys. And then, so that's tower 1. So let's head to tower 2. Again, a lot of lava. I used some red glass blocks for this area because I really wanted to, and I thought it looked cooler for this tower line. But yeah, no. So we did get into an underground ravine here. So that's what's going on here. But this is the West Tower 2. As you can see, there's vines growing everywhere. I did place these here so that the vines would not grow in front of the door because that actually makes it kind of hard for you to walk through. We've got some crimson root spines, some dragon eggs in here. And if we continue going up, we've got some warped forest and wither roses in here. And that right there, okay, close the doors, is the West Tower 2. And again, we're in a cave. Like, I really like adding caves into my builds, like showing them off instead of just blocking them off, because it shows that you're still part of the world. You're not trying to disconnect. So we've got the barrel room with my soul fire campfires because I love them. Up here we've got beacons, we've got crafting tables, looms, you know, the basic things a person ever wants. I'm not really sure what these are. I'm trying to remember what they are, and I can't for the life of me. These are fire charges. Eyes of Ender with little... I'm using the potion things as chandeliers in this area. Here's some nether stars. And if we come up here, we've got a bunch of end rods, wither heads, some furnaces. Wither skulls are really creepy in this texture pack, in my opinion. So let's head to Tower 4. This should be the last tower that we'll need to do today for this build. And then we will be good to go. I probably will not travel back to the central hub on video due to the fact that this is the last tower line. So yeah, and we've got the furnaces, washing machines as I like to call them, chests. And we do have some friends upstairs that you can probably hear in the background. We've got a giant library, about 10 blocks tall. And then we've got a bunch of looms in here that I really just like the design of the looms, all honesty. Okay. So this is the very top of the West Tower 4 area. It has foxes in here by request from a Discord friend of mine. He requested little foxies, so I put foxes in for him. They do get in the path occasionally, so you just have to... Whoops, sorry, did not mean to wake you. But yeah, no. And again, we ended up in an ocean area because apparently... I think this is ocean or a riverbed. I can't remember exactly which. But yeah, that is the most current, newest build for Saria's Minecraft builds, and I hope you all enjoyed this tour. And hopefully it won't take me as long as it did for the next build to happen. But honestly, I cannot promise anything. I hope you all have a great time watching. I hope you all had a great time watching this, and I will see you next time.